Hey guys, welcome to another video. So today I have an exciting review to do for you all. I just received these maybe 5-10 minutes ago in the mail. I ordered next day delivery on the new Makeup Revolution Fast Base Foundation Sticks. Now, the hype about this is that it's full coverage, it's blendable, and it does bits. Now, we all want foundation that does bits. So I'm going to try this out. I bought number 1, 2 and 3, so F1, 2 and 3, because like I saw Soph does nail swatches and I got confused between 1 and 2 because they looked exactly the same, and it's really weird. I just don't know what shade I am. I have the concealer, of course, in number, that's C3, so to be honest I shouldn't actually be using that. Unless these are all too light for me, which is going to be really unfortunate, but apparently the concealer shades match up to the foundation shades. And to be honest, I'm not exactly sure if this is my actual skin shade or if it's a little bit lighter. Sometimes I get confused with my concealers. I know it's one shade lighter. I mean, obviously I know this. I should know this anyway, but the C3 blends in so well and so nicely into my skin that it just works. Regardless if it is my skin tone or a shade lighter, it just looks great. Okay, so let me just crack these open now. If you've got nails like me, fake nails, and you can't, like, you know, break it open, all you gotta do is twist it. There's actually a little hole here anyway to kind of start it off. All you gotta do is twist it like that, and it rips it right off. To be honest, I watched Soph Does Nails video only to see the swatch. I didn't hear anything about how it wears, how anything, so basically I'm starting off with a clean slate. I don't want anyone else's opinions to imprint into my brain, so I want to start it off how I feel it works with my skin, and that's how I'm just going to do it. I haven't primed, moisturised or anything because I want to swatch them down my face so I know which one I'm going to go with. So let's start off with F1. So it says Fast Base Stick Foundation F1. They are cruelty free and vegan. It has a lovely little print here that says that, which is absolutely great because I work at Superdrug, so I do get customers asking for vegan friendly or cruelty free. So this is great. How much is this? Oh, sorry, you get 6.2 grams and 0.218 ounces. That's just, I mean, I don't really count grams in it, I just use it. I mean, if you're giving me a stupid amount, like this much, like the Kim Kardashian contour sticks, that's when I'll be a little bit, you know, maybe not. But these are £5, excuse me, £5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. £5. You can find £5 in your bloody purse. Let me swatch F1. This is what it looks like. Rose gold packaging, beautiful beige rose gold packaging, and the product you get in here, that's a lot in my opinion. So you get a nice amount in here, and if it's a little goes a long way, you'll have a lot to go with. So here we go. Here's our comparisons. As you can see, Makeup Revolution has, it's longer, but the thing is, I think these two are the same. This is just more wider. But these are my sticks, basically, and they're not very good. They're not for me. The Miss Sporty one, not for me. The Revlon one, not for me as well. They cling onto my dry areas, and I don't like that. You know when you blend it out and it feels really pasty and it's disgusting, and I don't like that feeling, so that's why I don't use them. That's why I stick to liquids. But hopefully this does the job. So let me swatch F1 for you right here. That looks hecka light, but look at that coverage though. What the heck? You know, your girl's got it all. I've got redness, I've got blemishes. Your girl's harbouring it all today. Yep, and an illness. So this is F2, and I feel like this would be me. Oh Lord, I'm getting scared. What if none of these fit me? And this is F3. Right, this is way pink. So F3, not for me. I have a feeling it's F2. Look how light they look on me though. Oh my God. Okay, wait. You know, sometimes you have to break out a double chin just to see your neck. Look how light they look on me. What if I probably made a huge mistake. Hold on a second though. Look how high coverage this is. What the heck? I'm gonna go with number 2. Okay, so I'm moisturised and primed. I'm moisturised with the Ultra Repair Cream by First Aid Beauty and the Bee Priming Souffle. Alright, so I've got a damp sponge and I've got a buffing brush. This is the buffing brush by Real Techniques. So I'm going to use the two. I think I'm going to use the sponge on this side and I'm going to use the buffing brush on this side. I don't usually use brushes. I just don't like using brushes on my face. I prefer the way the sponge looks on my skin, but we'll try it out anyway. So I'm going to use F2 and I'm going to do some streaks. I'm going to do my left side first because some foundations tend to dry, so I don't want that to happen. So I'm just going to go with it first on the left side. Oh my god, the pigment in this is ridiculous. What the heck? So I'm going to blend it with my sponge. Okay, maybe I did too many streaks. This is looking ridiculously high coverage. Oh my god. This is mental. For £5, are you joking? For £30, sometimes you won't even get the coverage like this. Goodness gracious me. Well, it's way too light, but whatever, innit? It's funny because F3 and C4 in the concealer is too dark for me. So, and F3 is too pink. So F2 should, to be honest, should be perfect. Put some on my nose. Goodness me, I haven't had full coverage like this in a very long time. I don't usually rock full coverage. I'm more of a light coverage kind of girl. Or medium coverage at least. So with the sponge, it does blend out quite easy. I do have a tough time blending out stick foundations with a sponge because they just won't move. But this, because it's creamy, it actually is blending in on the skin. Let me just look at my skin up close. Doesn't look cakey. Looks pretty darn good, to be honest. Oh, blends out much, much better with a brush. Much better. Look at that full coverage though. What the heck? Instead of dragging, I'm almost like gently patting. So it's like a pat and a slight, you know, pull in the direction that I want it to blend at. I literally can't get over how pigmented. Oh my goodness, this coverage is ridiculous, and ridiculous in a good way, I mean. My skin is flawless. Flawless. I look pale, I look ghostly on the camera, but really in real life it's not that bad, to be honest. I had a little bronzer up in there, it's not that bad. But what I'm going to do, I just want to add a tad, a smidge more on that spot, because that spot is really annoying me just by looking at it. You know it when it's that time of the month and you're just getting those spots? Yeah, those devilish things. So I'm going to use a sponge because it's on this side, and I'm just going to gently pat that out, and voila. Now, usually I would use a bit of concealer to cover up the spots on my skin, but because there ain't none, there's no redness at all, I don't need to do that. So basically I'm just going to go in with setting my forehead, because when I do my under eye concealing, I lift up my eyebrows and I get this strong line here, so I don't want that. So I'm going to set my forehead real quick. I'm going to use the Wonder 2 Perfect Selfie Powder. Just going to take a bit of that and just gently set my forehead. That spot ain't going anywhere anyway, so. Now my skin is oily. My skin used to be combination, but I don't really get dry anymore unless, well, if I don't moisturize, obviously. But my skin is definitely oily, especially in the T-zone. Just a T-zone in particular. The nose gets ridiculously oily and the cheeks. So I want to keep out for it, and the thing is, because it's ridiculous weather in England right now, it's snowing, it's like a blizzard out here, it's Antarctica. So I've been keeping a massive scarf under my neck, and it usually rubs off the foundation underneath on my chin area, and I feel like it's going to do the same because it's so creamy. But I'm going to try and set it as much as I can today and see what happens. I will come back at the end of the day when I finish work. I'll show you how my face is looking, if I did touch up, if I didn't. But what I'm going to do now quick, I'm going to use the C3 concealer. This is the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define concealer. This stuff sells out like it's nothing at work. Genuinely, it's shocking. You stock it up and within maybe 5 minutes it's gone. It's gone. It's crazy. So I'm going to put this under my eyes like that. Now this almost looks really odd on camera because my skin looks ridiculously light. I don't put much concealer on under my eyes, and I'm just gonna blend that out. So that's C3, right? And I'm using F2. It doesn't make sense, but that's how it works in this town. So I'm just gonna go with it. And now I'm gonna set my whole face with the same powder as before, just gently pressing on all my areas. I did set my face, so it shouldn't be transferring anyway. So basically my skin is practically set. It shouldn't really move around. Obviously with excessive dragging it's going to move around. Don't expect your face not to, you know, make any marks if you like drag your finger across your face. So I'm going to be back and I'll show you basically my final product, what it's looking like at the end once I've done everything, setting sprayed, finished. So yeah, I'll be back. Alright, I'm back, and basically this is my final look. It's really simple, really quick, only took a little bit, but while I was applying my powders, my highlights, I didn't see the base move around. Now some foundations actually don't really stick to the skin and like adhere almost to the skin. They don't set properly, so they kind of move around on the skin, and I didn't experience that at all, which is great because to be honest, I'm going work, I don't want my face all moving around, you know, my face is all like melting off. So I don't want to experience that, and I don't think I will. This foundation has set proper on my skin. My skin looks flawless. I look absolutely flawless. Full coverage for sure. When I say full coverage, I mean full coverage, okay? This is, it's crazy. For £5, the way the texture is of this stick, like, this is how much I've used. I don't know if you can see, but it was filling right up to the brim, the sticks. So just for one face today, that's how much I've used. To be honest, you don't actually even need that much. Maybe 3 stripes down your face is more than enough. I did more than 3 stripes, but all of that really covered up my skin. Although I feel a tad bit cake, I feel thick. I feel like there is a layer on my skin, probably because I did put too much on. Obviously, for the first time, you're not going to know how much to put on because you don't want to put too little, and you don't want to keep applying it because maybe layering it up might make it look cakey. So you really want to go in one go. But the next time I use this, I know not to put too much on because it's so creamy, so blendable. It's already so high coverage. I just don't need that many stripes down my face. So I'm going to go out to work. Obviously it is cold out there. I was going to wear one of the Makeup Revolution matte lipsticks, but because of the weather I don't want matte dry lips, so I'm going to go with glossy, moisturized, all that stuff. So I'll come back later. I'll show you how my skin is looking, if oil broke the foundation apart. Sometimes foundations do break apart because of the oil. I'll just show you how my face is and if I'm enjoying it. So I will be back. Alright, so I'm back from work, and as you can see I am a bit oily, or quite oily actually, especially in my T-zone. So I'm just going to take some powder, I'm going to set it just to show you what it looks like once you set the face. Remove a bit of that oiliness. And it looks much better. Almost like you've just applied it, so it looks pretty fresh. Pretty fresh. Alright, obviously it's nighttime, so I had to put my box lights on, but to be honest, like, It is slightly lighter than my actual skin tone, but the thing is I can get away with it. Now, it has kind of rubbed off on my jaw because, you know, my jaw, my chin, because I did have my scarf on throughout the day at work because it was really cold. So obviously it has rubbed off. I didn't expect it to be non-transferable. I mean, it's a cream stick. It's going to be very, very, I would say, movable. It can move around unless you set it properly, but that's not going to make it waterproof or non-transferable. But the only thing that I can say about this foundation is that my skin feels like cakey. So to be honest, the thing that I'm gonna do next time is not apply too many, you know, not apply too much, because I feel like I applied way too much. I think it's because my experience with past sticks, I felt like I had to add more, when with this one you don't have to add that much. Truly, you could probably add maybe 1 or 2 lines to your face and buff it out, and you'd have like a nice layer on your skin. You can always build it up, but the thing is, I think I just put way too much on. I didn't know what to expect. I knew it was full coverage, but I didn't know if it would blend out enough all over the skin. So that's probably the thing that I would change about it, or about my application. It blends out beautifully. It blends out so seamlessly. No streaks at all, which is great. It gives you such high coverage. It doesn't cling to dry spots. If you have oily skin, you're still gonna have oil coming through. I think because of the weather as well. I don't know. I'm not as oily as I usually am, but still I am oily. So obviously touch-ups are needed if you are oily. Again, you see I touched up and I'm still looking okay. I'm still looking like fresh in a way. Up close and personal, it just does look cakey, and it really like brings out the texture in my skin. And I know I have texture in my skin, and you know, I got to deal with it, but it brings it out a lot more, and that's something I don't like. Although as well, I haven't creased, and with some foundations I actually crease really badly no matter what. Even if I set my skin, it really creases, and I don't have a really deep crease line, which is great. Let's see, I just touched my face. Not much of a transfer. I mean, if you drag your face like that, you're gonna get transfer, but I've set my skin, so I shouldn't really have transfer coming off on me, so I don't. And obviously black, and you will see it'll come off. To be honest, I've got great things to say about this. This is a foundation, a drugstore foundation that's affordable and is quality. For £5, you're getting a stick that actually gives you high coverage. If you have redness, if you have really terrible acne that you want to cover up, obviously texture is different, you know, you're still going to see texture, but if you want to cover up the appearance and the redness and the look and scars, I think this is absolutely fantastic. And I think Makeup Revolution definitely have another star in their whole brand game. Like all their products are like out of this world already. So their concealers, this is ridiculous. This is so full coverage, it's unreal, and you're getting it at such an affordable price. That's like the main word that I want to use, affordable and quality. Their dupes are like fantastic, so if you're willing to get a contour stick or a foundation stick, I'm sure you can use it for contouring as well if you find a cool tone one. These are amazing, and their concealers are equally as amazing. I have C3 under my eyes and I've got F2 on my skin. Don't know how that works, but it just does. So yeah, that basically is my review, my first impression, my trial. I tried it on, it's on my face, of the new Makeup Revolution fast-based foundation sticks. And yeah, if you have the chance to grab one of these, I'm not sure. I don't think these are going in store just yet, because it's not in my store. Again, I work in Superdrug, and we usually get these things maybe a week in advance to put them out for release. So we didn't receive any of these, nor did we receive an update kit to fit them onto the stand, because I get customers all the time asking, especially today, I have customers asking for the foundation sticks. It's online only. So yeah, these are amazing. Grab one if you can. They're only £5. literally, it's like, it's just travel sized. It's very convenient. If you're on the go, you might need to touch up a little bit, get a little bit of that, pat, 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 pat. If you feel like you've got a blemish coming out, you can just take some of that and pat, 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 and you're good to go. So they're really, really great, really affordable, and very good quality. So definitely get one if you can get one. So yeah, that is it. If you guys did enjoy, please don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and comment. I'll see you guys in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye. And before I forget, I was looking at myself in the mirror, washing my hands. I was like, oh, I didn't mention what it gives off. Like matte, semi-matte, demi-matte. It gives off a matte finish with almost a demi-matte look. I was just looking at myself. I was like, I look kind of dry, but not dry. So yeah, I look matte basically, but I did add a lot of highlight. Don't know if the lighting is that good, but it is pretty matte, and that's pretty much it. It doesn't give you like a luminous finish on everything. Don't expect a luminous finish with a cream stick. So it is quite matte. So if you like matte foundations, this is pretty much for you. So yeah.